Hello and welcome to this unscripted video altogether. Then again, I don't have many scripts for my videos in the first place, so I'm going to be talking over a bunch of footage, and maybe some things will line up in this video, some things won't. I'm recording this all first, and then adding the video. Okay, first up, Fallout 4. Is it good? Do you really need me to answer that question for you? This video is more or less for people that don't actually have the game yet. Of my friends, that is. So, Fallout 4. Of course it's good. Bluggy, but good. Right, that's what we all expect it to be. Now, what's changed from the previous title? Previous two titles, I should say, because I'm going to include Fallout 3 and New Vegas, because this game quite well embodies both, in a good way. First up, the graphics. The graphics, well, it tripled, if you consider the graphic quality of the first two games. Next, the combat is much more smoother. For me, Fallout 3 and New Vegas had a little bit of a janky combat, like everyone moved like they're robots all over the place. This one feels a lot more fluent. The enemies feel more loose. Makes them a little bit more difficult to hit, but hey, that's not a bad thing. Just means they need to be a better shot now. Next, the inventory system. It's quite different. A lot of the same, but a lot different. Some things I wish it was better. This is nice, but I still like the old one better, because the old one had a lot more information. Where the new system is a bit lackluster. Skeleton bones. But anyway. As to companions, I don't really care too much for companions. They're just as much a problem for me as they were in the previous titles. They always get in the way. They always give me away. So for this video I decided to take Codsworth with me, and he'll be the last time I'll be taking anyone with me. Unless someone is truly useful enough that they don't get walk in the middle of my bullets or give away me my position to the enemy. That's why I hate companions. Despite they can carry all my junk, I don't like them. As for the guns, I believe there's 50 base guns, and plus there's all legendaries added after that, plus a lot of mods to each weapon. So the customization is quite high. There's a lot of stuff. And not to mention, with the inclusion of mods down the road, there's going to be even more. Now, I don't think we have to pay for these mods, because that would suck. That would not make it very popular, because I know those PC guys don't pay for them. So I don't see any reason why we have to. But, yeah. Hopefully the mods will be good. Moving on from that, we also got things that are the same. We got lockpicking, hacking, general most healing methods, trading, all that's the same. So this is not a foreign world to most Fallout players. It's something we've seen before, time and time again. And I've played Fallout now for quite some time. I started with Fallout 2, because I couldn't get my hands on the first one when I was young. But things have changed for the better, and I think this is a nice addition. Now, about the glitches. Yes, there is frame rate issues. That's across all platforms. Bugs vary from person to person, where I've faced some bugs which occasionally crashes my game, or maybe the dialogue doesn't work. Occasionally, mind you. Other people have not faced this at all, and rarely any frame rate issues. So it varies from person to person, and I have no clue what the triggers are. So not much we can do about that, but that's just going to simply have to fix it later. Am I impressed? Not entirely. This frame rate issue, well, it's going to have to be fixed if they want this game to be remembered fondly, which I have no doubt it will be fixed. But they kind of rushed this game for the November launch. It could have used a few more months of polish to fix these issues, but they went with November anyway. Did they need to? No. They didn't. They could have released this game at any time of the year and make excellent sales. It's Fallout. people eat this stuff up. But it is what it is now. It's out. We all love it regardless, but still, a bit more polish would have been appreciated, but what can you do? They have budget and time. It's not always not always just their decision.
Perfect.
But let's see. Next major change I'm going to talk about is the power armor. The power armor is no longer a suit you wear. It's a suit you hop into. Sort of like a mech, if you will. In fact, I'm going to make a... I think in the game Mech Warrior 2, there's a micro mech armor you wore in the beginning of the game. It's something almost identical to that in terms of scale. So it's pretty much a suit that runs on batteries, which the battery is fusion cores. You know those heavy things back in Fallout 3 New Vegas that had a weight of 10 and had not a whole lot of value. They're valuable now. You pop them in power armor and it runs on that battery. There's roughly 30 minutes in charge. I haven't really timed it. But yes. That's not much, but fast traveling doesn't consume any batteries. So the best idea is you see a big group or you know a lot of trouble's going to go down. Discover location, fast travel back to your home, pop a battery in your fucking power armor, and grab your minigun and go to town those guys or creature, whatever you're fighting, and then try fast travel back. So you can't explore the waste in the power armor. It's there for hairy situations, and I've used it quite a few times. Fusion cores are not that scarce. You'll moderately find them if you explore. Now the power armor, it runs on its own health. It gets damaged. It gets destroyed, but you gotta fix it. So the helmets, arms, and legs are all customizable as well, just like your weapons. As for weapons, in order to build these customized things, you need various materials and such. You could break down junk from other people, or you can break down things in your environment. Either way will work. Or you could buy the materials itself from the vendors around the cities and such. Next, about this customization, is the environment itself, where you could build your own home from scratch. You don't have to live in a piece of shit place they give you for, you know, saving a town. It looks like it's built of driftwood and sheet metal. Mind you, that's what your house is going to be anyway, but at least you can change the shape of it. You don't like it? Put up some walls. Maybe put up some nice decorations. Maybe some rugs, etc. Make the place actually look livable. So it's nice. And not to mention, for building homes, this is not the only... You only have one place. You could do this in multiple locations across the wasteland. You build towns, you set up those towns and have a trade route, and then you eventually become a shopping center, and then boom, caps everywhere. So yes, caps are back, of course. It's the currency. That's never going to change, I don't think. But in terms of making caps, I'm a bit split between breaking down my stuff that for materials and actually buying things and selling them. In terms of how many vendors there are, I know there's a caravan. I've come across the armor caravan, but I haven't seen too many of them, to be honest. I know there's a major city called Diamond City. I've yet to even travel there. But when I do, I hope there's more vendors, because I explored roughly 1/4 of the wasteland, I think. And inside, I did not find too many vendors. I've only come across 3. That's not too bad, actually. Mind you, one's a pretty minor one. So about the wasteland. How dense is it? My answer? Not dense enough. There's stuff in there. Don't question me on that. There's stuff in there. There's plenty of locations, but the map size is equal to Fallout 3 or smaller, if my memory serves correct. So don't expect a Skyrim-sized world. Now, why they do this way? If I had to guess, because they expect the modding community to back them up on it. Whereas, like the other games, they provide the archetype, and the people they want people to build upon it after that. But if that's what their intention is, and that's what it is. Regardless, we'll love the game anyway. As long as the mods don't have to pay for them, for the console anyway, that's what I'm referring everything on, everyone should know, then it should be good. Does it excuse a few cutting corners and a bit of laziness? Not really, but what can you do about it? Other than complain in a video like this. No need to send a hurtful email, that's not right. Pretty sure they get the idea from looking at forums and everything else if they want information. But no matter, I think I've talked enough about Fallout 4. Have I talked about everything? Of course not. That'll take too long, so that's why I created a 10-minute... But anyway, that's all. Take care, and thanks for watching.